Hi, and welcome to Chess Against Virus. Here I'll just play against anyone who challenges me. So I'll just wait for you guys to, to actually be here, and then, yeah, just if anyone sees this, just challenge me. But I'll be very happy if it would be unrated, because I think that then it overall the stream will be better. So yeah, hello. If you are here and you want to play against me, just send challenge on chess.com and I'll accept. It can be any time format you want till 10 plus 5. Yeah, I don't want longer games, but 10 plus 5 is alright. And unrated games would be also good if it would be unrated, so we could just keep it chill and, you know. So yeah, that's about it. I'm not sure if I I can even go anywhere or play anything. And then receive challenge. So yeah, I mean, I don't, yeah, nice. Okay. So okay, I got white. So okay, I'll start with e4. And then yeah, I'll just develop normally. Knight f3. And now let's go for the scotch. And yeah, I'm not gonna go for the gambit. I'll just, yeah, play the regular scotch. It's actually the first opening I've ever played, I've ever learned as white. And yeah, this is I think the main line, slightly better than bishop c5, slightly better response. And now I'll try this bishop d3 line, because it is quite tricky. You always learn e5, but no, you actually know the right response. I played this as black in classical game, and yeah, I went for bishop c5, which is wrong. So yeah, here I'll just take, and it should be about equal position. Yeah, definitely you can play against me after this game. And there's one more thing, I want to do rematches, because yeah, I won't play as many of you. So maybe possibly later on the stream we can play again. But for now, I would like to switch opponents if there are any, if there is anyone who wants to play. Now in this position, yeah, you're definitely alright. This okay move. I would maybe slightly prefer this development, but like with the dark flood bishop. But yeah, this is an okay move. Still equal position. I'll go rook e1. There can never be anything wrong with having the rook on the e file. Maybe also developing this piece would be nice. One of these two pieces. Bishop d6, fairly aggressive setting up. I quite like that, but it depends. It depends. Now, yeah, I'm not really sure which piece should I develop first. And I cannot go bishop g5, then there would be nice tactic. Yeah, I think I'll go h3 first, because then it is true that your pieces were quite pointing out to that g4 square. But right now I should be okay to get the spin, which, yeah, I'm not sure how are you going to unpin this. It's not so easy. You can draw back, but yeah, definitely I'm accepting. As I said, but I'll definitely keep repeating it throughout the stream. Rook b1, nice. Yeah, I'll keep repeating it throughout the stream. That, yeah, basically anyone can play against me, and that's it. Okay, b2 is under attack, but I might even not defend. Might even ignore it. There is a chance it is a good thing. Yeah, b3. Yeah, I feel like queen c1 is okay to just defend like this. And then I should complete development. And as black, yeah, I mean, the pin is definitely something that isn't pleasant. But other than that, there's a chance that you get even a better position here. And that's basically what the Scotch is about, that white doesn't really have an advantage. You just get a middle game equal for both sides and you play. That's how it works. Now I definitely should develop the c3. And yes, the queen on c1 is slightly odd, but it should be okay. And then yeah, we are just playing here. Yeah, c6 definitely makes sense. Move that is played there quite a lot in this opening. Now this knight is not really that great over here. So I feel like I'll remaneuver it to a better square. Yeah, it does. The knight on c3 is not really good. I'm sure that you wrote that a bit earlier because the stream is slightly delayed. I'm not exactly sure how much, but it is a couple of seconds. But yeah, from knight c3 I want to improve that knight. Now d4 seems pretty good. Queen b6, attacking the pawn. I might go for counter attack on a pawn possibly. Or I can also just go b3 and solve my problems. That's what I'll go for. And yes, I didn't want to do it at first because yeah, now I got weak diagonal and weak dark squares around the queen side, but overall it shouldn't really harm me too much. And the next move should be with this knight. I'm not exactly sure if knight f4 or knight g3 both look pretty good. Knight g3 is more solid, but knight f4 is more aggressive and there could be more concrete things. Okay, this seems like a pretty nice tactic, so I gotta count that, but I'm not exactly sure if it works. I'm a bit concerned if it's working for you. Because yes, you get f2, but it's not checkmate. That's what you need to realize. And then this check is not available. And you can sack maybe, but then I can take and defend. Yeah, I'll try. I don't see it. If you see it, take the win. Take the win, but I think that this, although very nice idea, I don't think it was working. Also, for me, it was possible to just drop to e3 with the bishop and save the bishop and defend f2 while attacking the queen. Okay, so you wanted to take with the knight, okay, so I didn't think about that. And now there is a threat, definitely. There is. And if that, you got this, so you got ways to take it back. Wow. Yeah, so it's capturing with the knight is the way. You might take this. Okay, I'll think for a bit longer here. If I go king f1, you can sack. And then there have a beautiful checkmate. But I'll fight. With king h2, it gives back the bishop. But I should survive, or potentially there could be a draw. Although I'm not sure if you wouldn't want to go to g3, you cannot go there. So we can get a draw with king g1, this repetition, because then I would attack the knight. You can take on d3, so probably, yeah, you should be better here if you are still in the stream. Because I don't mind that too if you are playing against me and yeah, on the stream too. Although, yeah, actually there was this. That's something I missed. Yeah, queen f4. Exactly. Exactly, queen f4. I just realized right now that it is there and it hits the knight, and now there is that problem. If you take, I take the piece. And if you take on d3, I take the queen. So, yeah, it was actually working for me indeed. It seems so. But still, nice idea. And I thought that I didn't have it. Definitely thought that, yeah, simply could be there. And now I need to decide. But I can just take the knight and keep my piece for the pawn. Now there's only 1 second increment, so I can still lose some time. And you can still try to flag me. I'm okay with that. Keep fighting. Yes, I can try to double up. I will. There are no checks that could pick up the rook on e2. And now I got a double attack, and my knight will be beautifully placed on c5. Almost no way to kick it away. And now, okay, we're gonna get all of these trades. I'm all for them. I'll give myself 1 tempi. And now I can start improving my king to f4. That's perfect square. And yeah, in this endgame, your bishop is also pretty bad locked down behind your own pawns. That's not ideal for you. Definitely not at all. I can go even further to e5. And now you're starting to run short for space, for moves. Okay, GG. Well fought actually, even though up until this point, I think that it was actually pretty equal, or you were even slightly better perhaps. So no, apparently Engine prefers my position, but this is a weak one. And yeah, plus 0.3 is just equal. And yeah, this unfortunately was not working for you. Yeah, I'll accept that challenge. I just wanna finish my point. Yeah, this was an interesting idea, but wow, and this actually was not the case. Yeah, I was supposed to take first here, and then I would have things defended, but here it was actually fine. And if I went here, what was there? Yeah, it definitely makes sense. You should have taken first. Yeah, I'll accept. I just want to analyze the game a little bit after replay. So yeah, here if you would have captured on d3 and then you could take it back, it would be still even, and yeah, just a good fight. So now I need to find that challenge. Yeah, there it is. Okay, this is a 10-minute game without increment. But like I said, I don't mind any time control as long as it's not longer than 10 plus 5. So now we got through low pass. So I think I'll simply go for the main line. I started playing it recently, even though I played trickier delayed Steinitz defense or something like that, modern Steinitz, I think it's called. Okay, bishop e7. We are still following the main path. And now, the deciding point. What are we going to play? You are going for it, okay. I like that. I like that. I'm up for games here. I want to get nice, interesting games against you here. I don't mind losing. Yeah, I honestly expect that one of you will eventually beat me. G3. It is some type of a line. I know that everyone plays D4. So G3 I actually don't even know if that's a line. So what am I supposed to do? Usually you go bishop D6. It should still be an option here. Yeah, it should still be an option to go bishop D6. Even though now I cannot infiltrate with the queen. Yeah, I mean, an interesting move, because I actually only learned D4, which is the main response that everybody plays. But G3 in Marshall? Well, it definitely is not good. But yeah, your opponent has to know how to respond to it, which I don't know. So there's a good chance you're gonna get away with it. Rook e1, that's pretty much normal stuff. Now I should start developing my pieces. So starting with the bishop or the queen. Perhaps I'll try the queen to put on f6. And then follow it up with the bishop, but yeah, I don't actually see how the G3 move would be wrong at all. Because it actually kind of makes sense, you know? Black wants to go to h4. Yeah, I'll definitely have to look this up. Interesting idea. Now d4. Okay. Now I feel like I'll go queen g6. Yeah, the queen on g6 should be better. Although now you have an interesting opportunity to put something on c2 and keep the queen back, perhaps. So yeah, this was not the most precise move. I missed the idea of putting something on c2. Although I got bishop f5, but I'm not exactly sure if I want to trade my live squad bishop. But honestly, I might as well do it. I still got lead in development. Queen f5. Knight goes there. Now I definitely should grab the e-file. Definitely should. And yeah, this knight developing move, very typical. You can get it to f1 and then, yeah, a lot of checkmates are protected against. If I take, I don't really get anything from it. So yeah, I'd start to push either f pawn or the h pawn, but the f pawn is blockaded, so I'll start with h5 to get h4. And this is basically the position from the martial attack. Although usually it seems a little different. But yeah, I'm just down a pawn, but with lead in development and better potential for an attack. But that's about it. Yeah, okay, h4 blocks that. H4 blocks everything. So I feel like I should go back with my knight. Although I think I'll trade the rooks first. Yeah, I'll trade the rooks first. Now knight f6 because I can maneuver it nicely. Knight e3 is there after. But then I should claim f3, which would be nice. If knight e3, so I'm not actually that sure if it's really great move. Okay, you got queen d1. That is true. That's quite interesting. I got also queen e4. Yeah. I can go queen e4. I also got rook e8. Which could potentially be the best thing to do. Like I can definitely imagine it to be so. At the same time, yeah, there are simply almost too many options. But okay, I'll choose queen e4 is what I'll go for. Rook e8 next, because yeah, I should definitely control the e-file. And for white, the most obvious move seems to be bishop d2 to defend the queen. Or one move that I quite hate to face is a4. Because a4, yeah, in some lines I got b4. So if I can go b4 against a4, which I honestly in this very position I might. But if I cannot, then it usually opens up the rook, and the rook is excellent piece after that. So, but okay, I'll go rook e1. I got the rook defended by the knight, which is very important. Because if you move the knight now, yeah, okay, so a4 now. Yeah, if I take, the rook gets activated. If I don't, yeah, I think I'll push b4 here. I can still, yeah, I can definitely still push it and then take on d4. There could be bishop c3, but it should be definitely a better option than to open up the rook. Even if it would be actually another pawn sacrifice, because I really don't like that rook getting active. But still, you get the pawn. And yeah, while I'm still definitely more active, still there is nothing concrete. We are just playing moves and trying to get the best out of the position. Here I can take and then, okay, bishop c3. And there I could lose that knight, which I'm not really sure if I like. So I don't even have to take. Yeah, I don't even have to take on d4. I don't have to do that. But what else? What else if not that? Yeah, my pieces are standing very nicely, but at the same time, I don't really have moves. I don't want to take. I really don't want to take that pawn. So I'm not going to. And I'll just go back to g6 to put more pressure on the e-file. I like that the rook is not active. might not be worth a pawn. However, yeah, it depends. It feels like for now the position seems better, but for the future, being a pawn down is definitely worse. But currently there could be some threats, mainly against this knight with the pin. So maybe a smart idea to also move the queen. Just get out of the pin, because otherwise I might just jump in. Although, if you move, you have to watch out for g3 sacrifices. If they work, if they don't, because I don't really know. If, I don't know, some move like queen b1, let's say a queen trade, I don't think that is a good move. But then, yeah, I could maybe sack Gukesh or Dink the run. Well, it's really hard to say. Because Dink's chess really recently was not that good, sadly. But I believe that he will pick himself up a little towards that world championship. But Kukesh's candidates were amazing. Definitely. Yeah, I understand the c6 pawn is hanging. There's really not that much I can really do. But I might lose all my pawns here. So, well, yeah, it is a tough call. It will depend. Because I think that if Ding will be in close to top form, he should be better. But if not, then Gukesh probably will win. Okay, third and fourth pawn are falling. They are. Let's take the knight. We are getting a lot of trades now. Is there a potential draw, or would it be a draw? No, it would not. It wouldn't be a draw. Because I can't really move the queen now. I can go rook e6. Yeah, I'll try rook e6. There is not so much to do. I think that you already got the winning position. I was thinking about an interesting line, bishop e4. You take and then take, but now you... Yeah, bishop e4, I'm attacking the rook. So let's say you take, I take... But then you can take on a6 and just up 3 pawns, so yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, you can definitely join, everyone is welcome. You just have to wait till this game finishes, and I'll say it again because, yeah, I don't know when are you guys joining. But any challenges are accepted, any time controls. But they have to be shorter than 10 plus 5. 10 plus 5 is the limit. And unrated games will be also great. Because then it will be more chill and you can, I don't know, stay and listen to me if it would be, I don't know. Yeah, just unrated feels better. And about that question, who was the best world champion in the history? I mean, tough question, tough to pick, but usually people go with Magnus, Gary, and Bobby. So if I only say the names without surnames, well, those are the usual picks. Okay, d5 is played. But if I should say one other than these three, I like Capablanca. I like, that's my personal pick. Okay, yeah, I'll try Rook F6, but now I no longer have the pin, so it really starts to fall apart. So it seems like you guys could already get the win over me in the second game. Yeah, that's quite true. That it is kind of like comparing Pala to Messi. Cannot really even get a sack, which is quite a problem for me. I can try to move the queen, but yeah, really you can just push a pawn, I guess. Yeah, you can maybe take on d5, maybe you could. You can defend. Now the bishop is pinned again, but I'm not really sure if that's even anything. And yeah, I was trying to make some sacrifices work at some point, but there simply was not an opportunity for them at any point. Now this, trying to get a queen trade, it would seem so. I can take... Okay, you know what, well, let's take on d5. I know that I'm under 30 seconds, so yeah, I'll try to speed up and... yeah, to lose by checkmate, ideally. But still, I mean... now, those are only 2 pawns, actually. Just 2 pawns right now. And you can still go wrong, so be careful. That seems pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, this either... oh, it's actually even checkmate, so yeah. I actually lost by checkmate. I thought that I got king h6, but... well, so... I was that low, so I couldn't see it. Yeah, GG's. Well played. We got a fun game, but you defended very nicely, and actually... I remembered now that you went for this g3 move. Do you know the line or just cooked it over the board? Because I actually really don't. Only line I know is d4. Yeah, I'll definitely accept that challenge. Keep challenging me. If there are more challenges, I'll just pick randomly. Here d4 is the move, but g3, I really don't know what to play against it. Apparently bishop d6 is fine, but then how the line went, bishop f5 is better. Yeah, this already is not the way to go. But it actually is not bad, you know, it worked quite nicely, you know, because people simply won't know it. And yeah, even though this is a weaker engine, but it says that queen f6 already is not quite ideal. And then yeah, I feel like that this was not good at all. I realized, and from that point on, you played a very nice game. Yeah, like I don't think that I got that compensation attack at all. Maybe over here it evened up a little bit with the pressure. Yeah, here apparently this was too much. I should have just taken on a4 and play with that. Maybe there was something with the knight then that it was hanging, but you wouldn't have you have to take immediately. But okay, well played. We got our next hero, a d4 player. Okay, I'll go knight f6. Then c4. I'll go g6. Yeah, you did a very good job. Because it's not... Yeah, I assume that it's not very easy to play it. But... at the same time, yeah, I've said it a few times, I don't really know the martial attack. Even though I really enjoy it, I don't know it that deeply, theoretically. And I also don't have enough games played yet. But that's no taking back how you played the game, because you can game review or analyze it even more by yourself, but I feel like that was like really well played and high accuracy. I would be actually surprised if I ever had an advantage. But okay, sure, next game. And yeah, this is still opening theory. Yeah, knight c3. And now I know that bishop f5 is played, and then queen b3 I think can be a line. This position I don't really enjoy to play as black, but simply sometimes when I go for the Grunfeld, I have to play it. And then I'll go a couple of moves back. Yeah, here actually, yeah, I didn't even realize that, but I was just talking about the previous game too. But here actually, just capturing on d5 is the way to go. Because I take with a knight, and then there's no knight on c3, so you can go e4, and I have to go back to b6, if you could follow. Okay, yeah, knight e5 is definitely a move too. Maybe queen b3 is not a move in this particular line. I'm not exactly sure. Knight e5. Yeah, I mean, the pawn is pressured. Knight d5 is a move, definitely. However, I know if I know how to counter it, because I always just make something over the board. I think I can also go into e4. I'm sure that's a possibility, so I'll try. And this is definitely a confusing position, I must say, because there are a lot of option tension quite everywhere if you take it that way. But capturing the knight definitely won't be a mistake. If I take with the pawn, I don't really enjoy it, so I'll take with the bishop. And now I wouldn't advise capturing. But yeah, at the same time, it's tough to say if f3 is better. It might be I'll go back and then e4 potential to build up a huge center. Yeah, that could be the way to go. Well, actually, is this... Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think that this is unrated. That this is rated game. I missed that, but... Yeah, I mean, occasionally it's fine, but... As I said, maybe you weren't here. I'm not sure it's fine. But I would prefer unrated games. But don't let that confuse you. You can still defeat me, and I'm okay with that. I'll just drop something. Give it your best. Do you actually do that? You reject f3. I'm not sure if you're on the stream though. Right now. That's your decision. Even for the future viewers that will play me, you can just stay. Well, I don't think it is. Because if you look at, well, maybe it's confused you. It might be unrated, but I can show you guys real quick. I think this should be, if you can see it, there's only 10 minutes, and usually I think that there is unrated written after it, but I'm not exactly sure. It also couldn't be, and that I just think it is. It is, but it also could not be that way. But let's not focus on that right now. It was also my mistake. If it actually was, yeah, just don't care about it now. Don't care about it. Just play the game. We'll see after the game whether it was rated or unrated. Now we don't have to care. We can just battle it out. Bishop f4, yeah, logical developing move, but I think that with that exchange it was not very favorable for you. I would prefer f3, e4, I think. I can always defend the pawn with f5, although it will weaken the king and the diagonal, but the pawn would be protected, and also it's not so easy to attack it. Well, yeah, actually, these lines in d4 actually quite are complex. I mean, just more easy to play is the London system, you know? Even though, yeah, it can be a little boring, or I don't know, it can be played in all kinds of ways, and even I myself played London for some time, so, you know, it is an opening. Yeah, and yeah, you can play e4. But it also depends on style of your play. Certain openings simply can suit you better. Because there's no saying that, yeah, e4 games aren't complex. There is a pawn right now on d4, which I think I can just take. Yeah, I actually also yeah, I stopped playing London quite some time ago. I think it's like 4 years, I think. But I played it for some time too, so I guess that everyone tried at least one game with the London system once it became a thing. Yeah, in a way, but there's a huge difference between, yeah, with the fact that you're playing it in front of the queen instead of in front of the king. So it is actually, yeah, it came from Slav, because there can arrive the same structure from Slav defense when you are playing it as black. That's the older opening, I think. And then people simply said that, hey, it's good for black, so why not to try to play it as white? And yeah, we got London. That everyone either loves or hates. But to play an easy opening to handle simply is the Scotch game. Doesn't matter if you play the Scotch with white or black. It's just easy to handle. You get a fairly even middle game. You get a position. You develop your pieces and you play. Now I'm thinking when to play e5. When to go for e5. I think I'll actually go for it now. I'm a pawn up, but it is a doubled e-pawn, which is an advantage, definitely. Yeah, bishop e3 was the right way to go, otherwise I would play rook d4 with the intentions of doubling up. And yeah, if you would take, I would get massive pawns in the center. So I like bishop e3. If I go a6 to defend, you can go to b6, and if I don't, you can trade and take. I think that you could, even though, yeah, then I would actually win the pawn back on a2. So it doesn't seem to be the way. In that case, I can bring the king closer, most likely to e8, and then I could exchange all the rooks and try to win the bishop endgame. A pawn up, definitely the best endgame, definitely better than a rook endgame, but still, it's not that easy to win it. Just a pawn up, and it is doubled pawn. But I still feel like I should and I will go for it, although if it happens, there is that a7 pawn that is pressured. So I might want to do something about it. Might as well. But what will that be? b6 I don't really want to play. Then a4, a5 could be strong. And I don't want to fix my pawns on dark squares. If a6 I cannot, yeah, then you got bishop b6. So even though I pawn down, I think you got more active bishop, at least right now in this position. There might be a solution though. With f6, which I don't really like, but the pawn is at least flexible. With f5 being a light square, but I need to prevent bishop g5. And then my plan is bishop f8, and then, yeah, activating the bishop along this diagonal. Probably b4 would be nice. And over here, yeah, it's not maybe so easy to take advantage of these dark squares. And my plan is quite straightforward. Now I think bishop f8 and then bishop b4. f3. Yes, that is an idea, and it frees you up a bit, probably. At the same time, I can take, and now I got clear advantage 4 against 3 on the king side. This still doesn't... Yeah, it still can turn out to be okay. Definitely. However, the structure is better. You go up with the king. I have nothing against that. But now, yeah, okay, I feel like I'll try to double up my rooks. I want to deal with those rooks. Now you can take, and then I'll, after check that I'm expecting, I'll go king c7. And you cannot really infiltrate, so I got time. Now I can go a6 and rook d8. Although, can I? No, I cannot. There is this. There would be a nice tactic for you. And you're trying to set up another thing. Another thing. So tricky. You are. But I'll get around. I should be able to get around. Also, probably better move was bishop b4. That would probably just stop a5. Combining it with bishop b6. Moving away with the king. I still cannot go there. But right now, I am going to stop a5. But still, I cannot go rook d8 because of this very nice tactic. I needed bishop on e7 to defend the rook. But I also needed the bishop on b5 to stop a5. Rook d3. Yeah, right now I should go for this maneuver. I wonder if there's a possibility of trying to trap the bishop. Maybe with like c5. Or this. Yeah, this is actually smart. Trying to trade the bishop. Which is very nice. So I think here I'll just do it and claim the d file, and we either enter king and pawn endgame. Which, okay, I wanted to say don't go for it even though you have to give up the d file. This just should be lost. This just should be lost because, yeah. A pawn up, king and pawn endgames should be winning for the side with the pawn. Okay, I'll go for a5. But yeah, this should be just winning. With the rooks, even though I would have the d file, it would be difficult, but there would be chances. This just is lost. There is really not too much to do about it. Pawn up in a king and pawn endgame simply is massive usually. If it's a healthy pawn, then it really is. You cannot even go f4. Now even though maybe I could take, but then it is a race and you need to calculate, but e4, and I created a protected passed pawn, which you have to keep an eye on with the king at all times. So yeah, but okay, GG's. But without that pawn blunder, that was maybe that we were... No, so no, actually, was it rated or unrated? No, unrated, so you actually were correct. I'm sorry, my bad then. My bad. My bad. So maybe because of that, that I was saying it, you overlooked this pawn. Although already there was a bit of pressure, so yeah. I'm sorry for that, indeed. But yeah, otherwise, the endgame was well played. Only, yeah, I'll accept the challenge. But as I said, I want to analyze and look through the game a bit after each one. Yeah, I think so, actually. That it is unrated, indeed. So I apologize for that again. Here actually we traded, and yeah, so actually yeah. Even if rook e2 it would be hard. Like rook b2 to defend. Yeah, it would be hard anyway, but should be about a practical try. Wow, and you want 3 minute 960, okay. But I actually already played against you. I'll accept definitely, but if there are any new viewers, I'll happily play against you. Okay, but what do we have here? Wow, the clock will not start until I make the first move, which is always a problem in chess 960. But okay, let's try e4. And you're actually pretty good. Your rating is pretty good here. 1528. What do we have here? Okay, I'll develop my bishop and then castle. Yeah, so it actually always how I was showing you the fact that that there was like just 10 minutes without 10 minutes unrated. It actually isn't there again. Even though I'm sure that this one is unrated. Attack against the bishop, so I'll just hide. That should be the plan. Maybe a4 is more aggressive, you never really know. Usually a4 seems better to me. At the same time, here with this knight coming to c5, probably not. Yeah, I'll try knight c3, but just 960 is always pretty hard. g6 going for fan shadow. I have nothing against that, but maybe now there are some weak squares. Don't do this. Don't do this. I mean, I just wanted to see that, but there is a fork. There is a fork. You know what? I'll give you a second chance. I messed up castling. That's enough for me. And we can still play. Without castling, it should be better for me, but obviously queen will be just game over, so we can still continue. And I will castle right now. But my time is running low. So I gotta speed up. Yeah, knight c5, a good move. It also hits this pawn though. So I might actually have to kind of just give up my bishop. I guess I will. Feel free to take it if you want. Okay, you wanna... Okay, but there's a second fork. Watch out for them. This one I will go for, and I will have to take it to rook. It's only an exchange, so you can still play it. They're on time than you. Definitely much more, so keep playing. But better than this was just to take the bishop. Otherwise, anything else that would not attack, I would basically go bishop a2. So yeah, this was very good. I like that. Taking the bishop before I can move it to the safe square. And now I'll go after another pawn. Rook c1, maybe f4 if there isn't this. Could I play a little faster? I can take now on a5. Another threat. Big one. Big one. Check. Almost checkmate. And I'm snatching another pawn. Okay. I could have actually taken the knight immediately. But this is even better. Because now I can take. The bishop is defended. Attacking the queen. You can go c5. Your last hope. Your last hope was c5. This is not really good. I'll just bring the rook down. But you can still try to flag me and go ahead. Go ahead. If you want though. If you want, but... Yeah, you know what? I'll go for this. Makes the job easier. Nice triplet pawn that I got. You can take one of them. Feel free to do so. I'll just push my b pawn now. That should be my way through. Now, yeah, you gotta give up your bishop. And now I'll checkmate with the rooks. Yeah, let's checkmate. GG. Watch out for the fox, though. Fell for them twice, but otherwise, nice game. And yeah, I'm ready to accept another challenges. Even from all of guys that I've already played here. New viewers more than welcome to challenge me. But if nobody new wants to play or is there, just challenge me again. Anytime format. We can actually even play variants if you want. Like we just played chess 960, which is actually closer to chess, but I mean, like, I don't know, if you want King of the Hill, why not? We can have fun. Nobody? I mean, yeah, it doesn't seem so. So I guess if you want again, go ahead. Choose anything. Okay, I got the white pieces. I was looking at something else now. You know what? Let's go d4 now. Knight f6. And no, I won't play the London, even though I was thinking about it. But now I'll go d4, c4. And then, what do you play? Greenfield or King's Indian? King's Indian. Okay, in that case, I know that it's not real good, but let's try. Let's see, how do you will deal with this, with these stacks? Okay, let me see. Let me see. We are up for an interesting game and fun. So let's push the h pawn even further. And yes, you're gonna take it to the knight, but I'll sack the rook, and yeah, that's what you usually get. Now I'll go e4 to get my queen into the game. Try to activate the knight. The bishop is already opened up. And even though this is not correct to play, definitely not, according to engine, it's not so easy to defend even at the highest level, these kinds of attacks. I don't know if like classical, but maybe even classical. But just rapid or blitz game as we are playing definitely. It's not easy to handle it. Now d5. You're giving me pawn. But it is true that you will get some development through it, most likely. In that case, I'll take with the c-pawn. And my king can be quite exposed too. And then e5. Okay. Yeah, trying to open up the queen to help out, right? Perhaps, but I'll take it this way. Unpassable would not be real good. The h-pawn has disappeared. I sacked the rook. Bishop g4. So do I want to go f3? Probably not. So I don't actually mind trading the light squared bishop, which will, yeah, could very likely happen now. I don't really see a good way to avoid it. Yeah, queen h4 was definitely something I was considering too, as most likely the move that will cause me the most amount of problems. And actually it seems more that you are on the attack, but you have to give me those 2 pawns at least temporarily. Now I'll go bishop f4. And it is a blunder, is it? No, it is actually still fine though. It is actually still fine, but I was thinking you take and you hit the bishop, but I can take with the knights that would defend the bishop. But I at first didn't see the possibility of knight c takes e2, because if I would take with this knight, you would have a queen trade or a pawn on g2, which would be definitely good for you. I think, at least the pawn on g2, and my king would be also open, but with the possibility of knight c2, that saves me. Definitely. So in that case, I don't really know what to do, but I must say that I missed this kind of thing. I just realized after I played bishop f4, so this was kind of lucky for me. And it's not easy, is it, to face this rook sacrifice. But then developing knight move to put more pressure and more attack to that e pawn. Yeah, it is. It is definitely very adventurous, but fun. That's why I chose this. And now bishop g3. It seems good, but there's queen g5. So I was thinking more about just queen d2 to develop the queen and castle queen side, perhaps. And just give up the pawn on e5. If there's queen g5 and I cannot really develop the knight with the MP immediately. So yeah, I think I'll just go queen d2, develop the queen. And then yeah, you can take, if you take with the bishop, I'll quite happily take. I think happily, even though I'm not that sure, but it should be that this bishop is the key to your defense. And if you take with the knight, then I think I can go bishop g3 and I got g5 under control. There was queen f6, so still the queen can remain active. And wow, and if I go there, queen f6, and I castle long, there is bishop h6. To almost win my queen, I got f4, but it would be very shaky. So, in that case, I think it's time to take. Although it is very unclear. And we are both getting to 1 minute, so we are both getting down to 1 minute. So it's anyone's game now. And there will have to be blunders from both sides very soon. Capturing with the queen, I had this line in mind with f3 and then g3. Where I should quite defend everything. And now I can queenside castle. And right now I can take this. Bishop g5, force out some more weakening of the position and then go for the trade of the bishops. But now we are really getting low on time. You defend the pawn. I can go f4, but then yeah, the knight can jump to different squares. And I'm not really sure if I want to give up this pawn at the same time. Yeah, I want my knight in the attack. For example, e6 is here. h5. I'll get my rook to the h file. But you know what? Complicated position. Do you want a draw? Do you want a draw? Or not? You can beat me, okay. Let's beat me then. Oh, and you did it. You did indeed. GG's, well played. Actually, even a winning position in the end. Because I kind of messed it up a bit. And yeah, I see the challenge. And I accept just in a moment. But yeah, here queen g7 and yeah, you already solved the pawns, although yeah, queen takes h5 was better. And yeah, I mean, overall well played, even though it was very chaotic in the end. And you defended well the early sacrifice. But okay, now for the next game. I'm sorry, C-Nido, but accept a challenge from an opponent that I haven't played yet. Well, let's go for the English now. And c6, but I can go e4 here. Yeah, and it will be actually that line. Not quite makes sense. Although, could I go e5 afterwards? We can play again the next game if there is no new players. I still plan the streamer for like, I don't know, if there will still be, if you will still want to play for over 1.5 hours. So I'm sure that we'll get more matches against each other. But for this one, I can trade everything and transpose into a pawn of attack that I know well. Or is there a line with e5? Similarly to position with e6. Because I feel like there should be one. If it works with e6 and I know it, then why wouldn't it work with c6? But at the same time, I don't know the line, but I wanna take a look at it after. This now just Kirakan defense accelerated pan of that. Yeah, I'm actually just playing. And do you know the long first line in this? Bishop g4, queen b3. I think I know it. Though, yeah, I'll have to pause probably at certain moments. But yeah, now there is actually a very long first engine line. Kind of, or it might not even be an engine line, but a line that will bring us leveled endgame. And it is quite crazy. We'll see if we will get it. But the line starts with bishop f3. To ruin the pawn structure, because it would kind of make sense even normally. I'm hitting the knight twice on d5. So yeah, you gotta do something about it. And there is also the pawn under attack. So it is good to create some weaknesses for me as white. I'll take first. Now, I don't know if you are in the chat or no, or on the stream. You also might be. I think it's better that way. But now you gotta do something about the knight. And knight b6. Okay, I guess it is an appealing option. But the first line I was talking about goes with e6. But this is a reasonable move. It seems fine. And yeah, I don't really know how it goes with this move. So it could perhaps be fine. Maybe I can go bishop c4 and hit, or go d5. Yeah, honestly, I feel like d5 will be quite good for me. I'm not exactly sure, but usually d5 is good. And yes, my king is actually quite exposed. And I haven't completed the development yet. Although the bishops have long open diagonals, so they are half developed, you could say. But the king is actually quite safe here. And the knight is attacked directly, and then there could be bishop b5 coming with one of the knights. Yeah, the knight on b6 would have to block. But then the position simply starts to feel pretty passive. So it's actually quite difficult what to do here. In fact, even though knight b6 at first seems like a viable option, d5, and I don't know myself. I don't even know myself what I would do. If I was in your shoes. Can go into d4 perhaps. Then I give a check. Yeah, perhaps knight d4, and it is actually gooder and finer. Something. It might be a similar line though. As after e6. I'm not sure. Maybe d5 even is not correct. Now that I see this move on the board, it's not so clear what I'll do as white. Although bishop e5 probably is clear. Now we get this, and now I'm not exactly sure if I want to take with the knight. Then I would drop d5. So I guess capturing with the queen, and yes. Now queen d7, so it might be a line. This knight b6 after all. Okay, if you take, then there's d5 hanging. And it's a weak pawn overall. So I think the way I want to do this is to take and then bishop f4 to cut the king, controlling the pawn, and then depending on what you'll do, I can either castle long, short, or king e2 to get the rooks involved. a6 to prevent the knight from jumping in. I don't think it's a very bad move. It's a okay move, I would say. And I feel like king e2 is the best place for the king after all. It's not so easy to reach it. We both got kings in the center. Rook d1, rook c1. Are the diagonals, and how are you getting your dark squad bishop into the game? You got two options. Move the g pawn or the e pawn. Moving the g pawn seems better though. Because yeah, obviously e6, I guess I would take, and then yeah, you would have to recapture and get not a very strong pawn and open up the king, or take with the king. Yeah, hard to say, but that's why yeah, I still got nice pawn on d5, but the diagonal will be strong. I think that's overall good if I don't have bishop e5 though. If I don't have bishop e5. By the way, guys, yeah. Okay, actually, yeah, I wanted to say that you don't have to play what I'm saying, even though I'm being honest, and I'm okay with you following my advices, but they can be wrong at times. Here, actually, bishop e5 seems quite good. Forcing out f6, which I would be happy for, or rook g8. And then trading, but that's still fine. I gain a bit of time. Okay, rook g8 was chosen to trade the bishops. And now I should most likely develop the rooks finally. Finally develop the rooks. Because we are going to trade, I think. Although there is knight c4. as a good option too. In that case, I'll go b3 and restrict the knight. That seems better. Yeah, b3 restricts the knight. So now it doesn't have a lot of mobility actually. Almost none at all. Knight c8, I don't know if you can collate a nice mobility. If bishop g7 I will take, and the rook will be in an odd spot. So maybe the best thing might be something like rook c8. But then I will simply also put my rooks on these two files. And yes, I definitely got worse pawn structure, but I got more active pieces by a lot. Yeah, with which rook move shall I start? Because the knight is defended. The knight is defended. So I can go to d1 to add more protection to the d5 pawn. But then if f6, if I take, still defending. Yeah, I'll start with rook d1. I think it should be fine. If f6, I got bishop d4. Which would be a move even without this knight being under attack. Because I would hit the knight, and it's not so easy to defend it, is it? Actually, it might be a move even in a couple of moves. If bishop g7 won't happen. Okay, bishop h6, very creative. Taking away c1. Taking away c1. But like I said, now I got this to hit the knight. My own knight is being under attack too. So we have to add that into the equation. Here, rook c1 now is no longer possible. It's no longer possible. I don't want to push. Then e6. Okay, in that case, I'll feel like I'll go a4. Maybe try to get to c2 with the rook. I was also definitely considering f4, but it doesn't seem all that great. There could be g5 to open up. And also, if I move the bishop, then the pawn would be lost. f6 now. Okay. I think there is a very clear move then. Bishop d4. Hitting the knight. And it's not so easy to do anything about it, is it? There is knight a8, which is very odd, and then there's king c7, which is questionable too. Knight a8, and yes, you can remaneuver it, but even from c7, the knight really doesn't have good squares. But this bishop, that bishop. Okay, I think I'll go to c2 with the rook, but even then it will be dangerous because the fact that the knight would be pinned. But my plan would be to go bishop e3. Okay, so right now, the pawn blocks the rook. So I don't have to keep defending the knight. In that case, I can move the bishop to e3. Challenge the bishop and then defend. And then the rook would be better on c1. Maybe I can double up on the c file. We'll see though which setup is the best. Let's go rook c3. Hello, welcome to the stream. If you wanna play against me, just challenge me on chess.com after this game ends. And unrated games would be nice, and time control is whatever time control you want, but the longest one is 10+5. '98, activating this, but there's no longer pressure against the 5 pawn, so I will double up. I'll double up. Okay, 96, nice maneuver, and there is f5 square, I'm pretty sure. I'll go here though, going for the c5 square, and kind of big tension. Yeah, definitely if you want to play. It doesn't matter what is your rating. Okay, so choosing to trade. However, now my pawns are fixed. Still arguably worse pawn structure because of the 3-pawn islands against the 2-pawn island. Against the 2-pawn islands. Okay, I guess that here really isn't anything else to do either than this. Activate my king more, but it is very interesting. We both got what seems to be the important pawns on light squares. Which is good. Yeah, I don't know though here. I'll go bishop d4, but there are more moves and we are getting to the time trouble, so it will be anyone's game now. Definitely. f3, h3 will be good moves, most likely. Now f5 is possible. I don't think I'll take. I shouldn't take. Shouldn't be capturing. Because now the knight, the pawn plus the bishop controls the king very nicely. There's a passed pawn too, but there's a possibility of creating an outside passed pawn. I'll go in 2 though, and I'm controlling g1. The potential promotion square. I'll now try to go after the pawn. But this looks very drawish because there aren't a lot of pawns. But now I can go in and win this pawn. But this should be a draw though. This should be a draw. Because even if I win this, although my king is already in a great spot though, so maybe I'm not sure. I feel like I might be winning. Although yes, you still got that pawn. But yeah, you cannot really win this. I can always sack the bishop for that pawn. If I want to. I can go this. And then yeah, okay, you found it very nicely. So yeah, nice draw. Don't go there. You didn't even have to support it because yeah, it is a draw. Okay, we can have it on the board. Well played, GG's. Now next game. Oh, actually this one is rated. I prefer to go and to play unrated games, and we've been playing unrated games the whole day here. Because then I think the vibes can be a bit better. But yeah, I guess it's fine if it's a rated game. I don't think that knight f6 is really good though. I might try to coach you and teach you here a bit. Maybe it is an opening though. I don't really know Philidor that much. And maybe this is a way that you play it. It actually might be though. It actually might be. But I don't know, I'll go bishop d3 to attack the knight. d5 can be interesting, but I don't know. Now knight c5. In that case, I feel like going bishop c4. I don't want to lose my bishop pair. Bishop e6 is fine. Yeah, okay, you can take with the knight though. I thought that you can only take with the f-pawn. I don't know, but I think I would prefer capturing with the knight, because now the king feels a bit more open and it feels just a bit more dangerous. Potentially you can have attack on the f-file. However, I feel like it would be better to take with the knight. Now knight e6, probably forcing me to trade, right? So okay, I'll take. And now you got 3-pawn islands. Very interesting, these 2 pawns in the middle. I think I'll immediately create pressure against them. e5 play to stop it, but you still have to be careful. You got quite a lot of holes here, which I'll try to take advantage of immediately with knight c3, knight d5. And yeah, what else? Queen f6. Trying to go for attacks, but I don't really like this move. But it is, I guess, understandable. That level, or I don't know. But yeah, here there are plenty of ways to counter this. I got that knight d5 that I was initiating that I want to play it. It hits the queen immediately. There was also bishop g5. So I think that better than queen f6 was something like queen d7, and yeah, queen e6 blunders a fork. Yeah, there is now a fork that would win the queen, but I'll give you a second chance. You had to go back to d7, but I'll go c4, just overprotect my knight and give you a second chance to defend against that. Watch out for that c7. If you are on the stream, which is totally okay with me. But yeah, I'll definitely keep repeating these things over the stream, because there are new viewers coming and yeah, viewers leaving, so that's simply how it is. Nice, queen d7 is what I wanted to see. But now there could be some issues with sacrificing. It is nice, it is well defended for now. But I see quite a strong move At least I think it is, which is b4. To keep this knight away, knight should go to e6, and from there, d4 is your square, yeah? You should get your knight to d4, if possible. Gotta watch out the pin though, because yeah, right now if for example knight d4, let's say ignore this for now, I could simply take and win the knight. Which is actually a thing I could go for even right now. Just b5. And I think I would advise knight e7. Just don't go knight d4, because then I would take with the queen, taking advantage of that pin. So I like knight e7. Now maybe I could try some crazy sacrifices. I don't know if I'm feeling that way. But I think I'll take that. And then just develop the bishop to b2. You still got nice 2 outposts and pressure on the c file, but adventurous and ambitious long castles. I don't think that, yeah, it is definitely interesting, but I think that, yeah, your king is more weak than mine. Should have castled short, just keep it simple. This way I got even just queen a4 puts a significant amount of pressure already. There was king b8. Stop it, but now knight c5 was played. Knight c5 goes for this though. I can defend, but there is a7 hanging, which should be a big problem. If knight d3 was your idea, then good spot. However, yeah, I can defend against that, and a7 falling is not really the best for you. Queen c7, queen b8. Yeah, I think good way to go. It's tough to say what to go for, but it just might be that. I'll gain the central files now with my rooks. That should be definitely pretty good for me. And I wonder if I should start pushing the a-pawn. I'll go bishop c3 first, setting up a little threat maybe. Won't tell you which one it is. I'll let you find it, but well spotted with queen b8. I can perhaps take, but it should be better to just keep the queens on the board and keep the pressure. Not really sure with which move right now though. I think queen a5, and then I can go b6, try to checkmate. Also, still sacrifices maybe on e5 with that weak king. And the queen would be very badly placed. It will defend nicely. I'm not saying that it won't, but other than that, after b6, it will be very trapped and very little to none mobility. So yeah, like I said, I'll go b6. Now, I'm not sure whether you have to go back to b8 or not. Because yeah, if you don't, I got queen a8, but you got an escape square. However, there is a big problem now. I'm not sure whether I give a check immediately and then take advantage of the pin with the check and the fork. This way I'm winning. What am I winning? An exchange. An exchange and an easily winning position. But if I take immediately, I hit the queen. If I take immediately, you got queen a4. You got queen a4, which would be pretty good. So, okay, I'll do it this way then. I wanted to do it a cooler way, to go for a checkmate immediately, but no. I have to go for this line. And now, yeah, it is with check. You go back. If e6, I can... Oh my god. I thought I have to take on d8 and then take back, but I don't have to. I don't even have to. I'll take, and now it's there. Yeah, there's a beautiful thing coming out. This is actually checkmate. But well played. Well played. We got another new hero. Actually, I'll accept that challenge, and I don't mind it being rated, but it might be better if you just give me a new challenge but unrated. Yeah, actually film a new one, so I'm sorry, but he was maybe a little faster. But I'll remember that and stick around. I'm playing the next one against him. Who gave me that other challenge? I'm having that in mind. So actually, game aborted. New one. What is going on now? So okay, apparently the game was aborted. So send me a new challenge. Another 10 plus 5. Okay, I'll take, but whoever was that guy from Poland, I know that he challenged first, and I should have, and it would be fair to accept, but I'll remember. And if you will wait till this game ends, which might take like 20 minutes, I'm not sure. It will be some time, but after that, I'll play against you if you want. But this game, we got Scotch. And I'll go for the line with bishop c5, even though I consider knight f6 line to be better. And I started to play that line more. Bishop e3, and now queen f6 is the line. Where you put more pressure, and I'm sure that you know this position well, what to do here, because this is just one of the main lines, if not the very main line. No, it's fine. It's fine. I actually thought that I might accept anyway, because I don't take it that seriously. But yeah, I just feel like unrated it is better. But as I said, stick around. I'll play you next. And it's taking you quite some time to figure this out. If you're a regular player of Scotch, I hope that you know this position, because there is one clear move to play, and I'm not sure whether to tell you. You gotta do something about the knight. It is currently attacked enough times to win a piece. So you gotta do something about it. If you move it, I'll take on e3. Yeah, this actually is not really good. The move is c3. Yeah, remember it for your next game. And I was not sure if to tell you or not. But yeah, I decided not to. And here it is. Like I said, because now I think if I would take with the queen and then this, you would be fine. but I'm pretty sure I got this in between move where I take on e3 and threaten checkmate. So you have to deal with the bishop first. And then I'll recapture the knight. Not even sure whether to take it with the queen or with the pawn. And then these doubled pawns in the center will be quite bad. Until, like I said, I'm not even sure whether to take with the queen or with the pawn. And I'm actually feeling more like taking it with the d pawn, strangely. In Scotch, you almost always take with the b pawn. Remember that. In normal classical lines that you play, just take there with the b pawn. Most of the times in Scotch. But here, as I already got that advantage of these bad pawns, I'll keep the queen on f6. Also attacking b2. So watch out for b2 being a problem right now. I assume that knight c3 should just deal with it, but the knight won't be really awesome on c3, controlled by the pawn on c6. Maybe c3 is still here. It's tough to say though. It's tough to say. Really, just remember c3 instead of knight takes c6 for your future games. But the position still isn't completely lost, but it's already quite bad, I would say, with these pawns being that bad. I'm not even sure whether to cast long or short. I can develop bishop d7 and cast long. I might do it, because why not? So I'll cast long then. And I should be having a great position. Now, for you, probably developing this bishop is now what you should do. But then, even then, you cannot really cast a short. So perhaps, I don't even know, it's quite a difficult position. Really, it is. You can try queen d4, because if I take, you get your pawn's reaction back, and then you would be having a bad position. If I take though, I'm not gonna take on d4 if queen d4 happens. I'm not. I'm saying that. But it will, for example, also prevent me from castling long, because you could take on a7. Queen f3 is similar idea, I guess. I'm not exactly sure, but I think I would prefer queen d4. I understand that it, yeah, but I could not even cast long in that line. So yeah, in that case, I really think that queen d4 was better. Long castles. Yeah, I think that's the best you can do here. I don't really want to move this knight with this queen on f6. So yeah, the tension here is not so pleasant. I think that, yeah, you quite got out of it nicely. Now the position isn't as bad as it was. But I should still have the edge. I can go queen g6 to sidestep and open the knight. until I'll just develop after that, I think. There is a threat, kind of, bishop g4, but there would be an intermediate capture on d8 with check, and then it would force my king to d8, so I wanna first develop the knight, and then maybe bishop e6, maybe bishop g4 if available. Okay, h3 defense against that, but it was not an immediate threat, as I was saying. Now knight f6 invites e5, kind of. I don't want to go knight d5, I cannot even go there. In that case, I feel like knight e7 is better, and I'll try to slow play it a bit more. And well, here the position doesn't seem to be that bad with these doubled pawns. Bishop d3, going for e5 ideas to open up an attack. Also f7 is now weaker. So I want to go bishop e6 to blockade defend f7. At the same time, the queen would be quite on the edge. But I think that's still fine. And now, excuse me guys, I need to use the bathroom real quick. So I'm back. Okay, now I'm back. I meant to say I'm back in a minute. Okay, what was played? King b1, logical move. Definitely better spot for the king than c1. I could do the same. At the same time, I think that here are better moves. For example, dealing with this somehow. c5. Maybe I should double up or rook e8. Okay, not too clear though. I think that you did actually a pretty good job with the position you got out of the opening. Like, really good. Because I don't want to go back to f6 now to trade, and other than that, I don't really have squares to go to. I can go c4 to trade a bunch. c4, pawn takes, bishop takes perhaps. You know what? Yeah, I think I'll go for it. I'll go for it. Actually, it's not. Yeah, it is f5. I think I said c4 or something. But yeah, f5. There enough times. We could trade a bunch, also the rooks. I'll have doubled c pawn, and isolated e pawn, but passed pawn could arise after all those trades. So it might be actually pretty even after that. And what else then to take is there for you as white? e5. I mean, it might be an option. I'm not that sure though. I got rook f8. I can move the queen in b6. Not b6, g6. This is the king side. I'm a little confused by the kings being on the queen side. I'm not actually threatening to take, like you got also enough pieces there defending. So I'm not even sure. Like this move f5, it probably was not even that great of a move. Yeah, here we go, rook f1. Rook f1. I understand. I wonder if going there from the rook from the h file was better or not. But I'm really not that sure. I think I can go rook f1. I should be able to do so. And then if I would ever take, we might get an interesting position with queen against two rooks. I feel like I'll take and then, I don't know, queen e8. If I take, you take with the knight. If rook f8 takes with the bishop. Hello, welcome to the stream. We are playing in a game and yeah, you can challenge me after this one, though I'll accept a different challenge that I promised I'll play after this specific game, but we'll still on the line. Currently 1 or 2, I think, but we'll see. I'll take that. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I cannot go queen e8 immediately, can I? I'll take and queen e8. That's what I wanted to do. But knight takes seems pretty good. Threatening discoveries. I don't think that rook takes d3, sacrificing the rook is anything. Catching with the bishop feels... yeah, it has the queen immediately. But it somehow felt better to take with the knight and keep the discovery. Because sometimes a threat is stronger than the execution. Now queen e8 or queen g5. What am I actually defending here? I'm defending all of these squares from infiltrations. I can go queen g5 and take the queen to the queen side. Which seems better, yeah. With knight on e4 it would not be possible. And also, for all the new viewers waiting to play against me, I'll just accept unrated games, because I think that's better, and time control is whatever you want, even 1-minute games, if you want them. But the longest time control is 10+5. longer, it would be, yeah, too long, and I want to play as many players as I possibly can on this stream. Queen f4, going for a queen trade, but I think I won't accept, and I'll go the queen side instead. Not sure if a5 or c5. What is better? It's really not clear. It's not clear which of these two moves is better. This one attacks the pawn, pressures the pawn, controls f8, possibly. This one attacks a2 together with the bishop. But okay, I'll try queen c5. Yeah, I have like limited time, but actually I think I'll play for about an hour. I'll still play 1 hour, I think. But then yeah, then I'll have to end this stream. But it seems like you guys will like it, so I might do these more often. Even though, yeah, I will probably be less active, considering I'll play tournament in classical chess starting the day after tomorrow, so yeah, I'll be less active. Also, let me guys know if you would be interested in game recaps. I'm not sure if I have the capacity to do them, but I might try to do game recaps from my tournament, because it will be a strong one. In the first round, I will very likely play a FIDE Master. Almost certainly. I'll play a FIDE Master. It is a strong tournament. But here, bishop went back. Might go king b8 first before I do anything else. It seems to me like a good decision to go king b8 first. And now knight to e4. Okay, that's a nice plan. But there was weak a2, so now I'll go queen a5. How clickbait it is, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I did it my way because I'm just figuring things out. And also, I don't have the most time, even though now, since it's summer holidays, I definitely do have more of the time. But once the school year starts, since I'm still in a high school and will be there for a while, yeah. I still should have time to stream daily though. I started this journey in February and that was the same situation. But yeah, then I also had a month without streaming at all. I'll try my best. And clickbaity. The thing about that, even if I would want to, I don't know how to do that, so that's the thing. But now the position, we are both very low on time. There is interesting pain, if we can call it so. I think I can go h6. Yeah, I'll try h6, but if queen takes g7, I'll take. No, I don't know. Jack suck. Maybe I do, but maybe I've seen a little, but that's about it. But here we got 5-second increments, so it's not that terrible, but would be lame to lose on time chatting with you guys. I lost a pawn essentially, but I hope that I might have something in return potentially. I don't know how will you take, if with the queen or with the knight. You don't even have to take immediately. Now I think I'll go rook g8. I would like to snatch e3 if possible. I wanted to remain on the diagonal with the bishop, but it's better to move it back, I think. Now, what am I going to do? I can go here and attack the pawn, put more pressure. I was thinking about knight b6 too. Rook goes there in defense. Okay, I'll go rook e8, but now it is really crazy with the time. There's actually a big threat on the board. Watch out. Don't lose on time. There is that big threat I can take and then take advantage of the pin and win 2 pieces for the rook, which is usually very good. Although it's not game over. Definitely not. And here attacking rook and the knight at the same time. I'll defend still 2 pawns on the king side. Weird to say king side if you see the kings over here, but yes, it is that way. I hope I'm not getting mated somewhere, but I should have good defense. At the same time, the queen is a little far away. I'll go knight d6 to be safe. The knight was actually safe there. The knight was fine on that square, so I might go back. Might even go back because I liked it there. But first, queen c5 could be good. Pressuring c2 and this pawn. Now I can go back, certainly. I can. At the same time, I feel like I'm very safe here. With the piece setup that I had. I don't even want to change it. Do you want to trade queens? Or not? I don't want to take and you don't want to take to improve the pawn structure. That's very understandable for both of us. Now I'll take this and c6. And I'm very solid and this pawn is real weak. And yeah, okay. So now I can go back to d6 again. I got this controlled nice. If you push, I take with the knight or even with the rook. Wow, with 1/10 of a second played the move. Now I'll develop the bishop, attack the pawn. Watch out, really. Real watch out, you're living on the edge with the time. But you're living there successfully so far. I'll put out the bishop right now, why not? It's still not very easy and requires a lot of technique for me still. But this actually blunders a pawn immediately and I can just go back. It's nice the pawn. But still, you know, I'm up a pawn. I am. But it still requires some technique to convert this. I'll get my king to b6. That should be a better square for the king, more active. Now, yes, you're attacking, but I can go to f5 and the pieces. That's the main advantage of the pieces, that they're protecting each other so nicely. And now I'm looking forward to infiltrating along the second rank to activate the rook. Correct decision to go back and not there. That would be a mating. No, it would be a mate shortly, I think. Pretty sure. Even this doesn't seem too good though. Yeah, correct decision. But now I can go after these pawns. They're pretty weak, and you gotta keep defending e3 since it's under attack by the knight. I got in. Yeah, I just got in. I'm wondering, I could even walk the king up and go for checkmate, but yeah, you had to keep an eye on that e3 pawn at all times. I was thinking if I have to take the workers, I might not even have to take it, but I will. I was thinking about some checkmates because there are nice checkmating patterns with a rook, knight, and a bishop. For example, yeah, bishop d3, and then bishop rook e2 checkmate with the knight controlling these two squares. But okay, very nice game. I see the challenge and I'll accept shortly. As I said, I want to say a few words about the game. So yeah, if we go back, this is a position where you have to go c3. And you are slightly better, and it's still theory. Then I go like knight e7 and bishop c4. And you go play on. But you got actually very nicely out of that in around here. And then I actually even won a pawn here and time scramble, but then just missed this tactic. Otherwise it was well fought and GG's. And yeah, we can go for another game, and here we go. Here we go. d4 played. You know what? I'll go d5. I'll go d5 now and c4. I don't really know what I should play. I can try this. I don't really know the Albin counter gambit. I only know that now you go d4. That's what you do. But otherwise, I normally don't play this gambit, but it can certainly be fun. This should be the correct move, and now from now on, I don't even know what to do. If I go like c5, knight c6, bishop e4, those are moves coming to my mind. I think knight c6 should be the move. Knight c6 should be the move, and yeah, I played it. And now I thrown the ball back to white. What do? It's probably not very easy to handle. Even I myself just wouldn't really know how to deal with this. If like knight d2, knight b3 develop the bishop. I think that going e3 perhaps is the way. Although there could be some lines. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, there could be some lines that I saw that they give it. Oh yeah, I think that This kind of might be it. Actually, not really. But I see one very nice trick. Already made. Yeah, maybe actually E3 is the line where you fall for a small trap, or is it? Or is it? Because now if I attack the bishop, and yes, you can take back with the f-pawn, but then it's not so nice. If you take the bishop, I will take on f2 with check, and you will have to go king e2 to keep defending the queen. So I think I'll take now. But then after king e2, to be back to me, what to do. And I would be down a bishop in that position. But now you decided to take with the f-pawn. Nothing against that. But now being a pawn down against doubled isolated e-pawn doesn't feel that bad. Can perhaps just develop the bishop or the queen or the knight somehow. You know what, I'll go bishop e6 and we can even play an endgame. I really don't feel like it's a big problem because the doubled e-pawn really is weak and easy target. While my pawns, I'm only having 6 of them, but they are still on their starting square. And yeah, not controlling a lot of important squares yet, but they are definitely not weak. So that's about it. And yeah, here, okay, knight c3. Interesting, not going for that trade. Might release the pressure, maybe. At the same time, I don't see anything too wrong with knight c3 either. Now I wonder, if I go like queen e7 and castle long, or just knight e7, which seems to be more solid. Knight e7, knight f5, and castle short, and just continue. I think I'll go for this line. Just knight e7. I don't know if you want to get very aggressive with knight b5, going after c7. I'm not saying that it is gonna be anything or that it is really good. I just see it as a straightforward move where, you know, then you take, and if I take over that line, we'll get something. But okay, actually a3 is a very good find. I like that. I definitely just your own find. And I see that I cannot really move the bishop. Otherwise it would get trapped. In that case, I have to take the knight, which was not really something I was intending to do. It really wasn't. But now how to recapture? Take back with the bishop. Just take back with the bishop. Trust me, you do not want to play with these horrible pawns. Yes. Nicely played. Now, yeah, I don't really think I mind queen trade. I might even initiate it myself. And I think I will, because if I don't, you can go like, I don't know, queen a4, queen c2, and then rook d1, and my queen could be in a rough spot. Although I got knight f5, but no squares here. Just e7, bishop e4, not a possibility. But yeah, it could be something. Maybe knight f5 first and c. That could be the option. Yeah, I think it is. I'll go knight f5 first. Now we'll see if that queen trade will happen. But there's hanging e3. Right now there's hanging e3. So maybe, I'm not exactly sure, but queen e2 moves away the queen, prepares rook d1. I still got that queen e7, which is a fine square, but I would want to have better. It blocks the bishop, which is very bad, because the king is quite stuck in the center then. So probably not the way to go. And yeah, e4 played. e4 played. In this case, I just wanted to claim e3 anyway. And probably snatch that bishop, even though I know that I would make 4 moves with the knight against 0 moves with the bishop. So that's quite a lot of tempies, but it will mess up the castling and also eliminate the bishop here, which always has potential to be strong. I wonder if I go there immediately or if I quite if I trade queens first. No, I think I go there immediately. Now queen e2, maybe I take, maybe rook f1. c4 under pressure. Double t-pawn well defended for now. Still got e7. No bishop b4 with the knight on c6. No knight g5 because of the queen. So yeah, still I feel like I got at least compensation for those pawns, if not more though, because the king doesn't seem to be in a good spot. And still the sole compensation of the bad pawns in the center might just be enough. At the same time, if you defend e5, it's not so easy to get to e4. And then if I push f6, you can just take and keep your extra pawn. Okay, queen e2 played. I think that it is quite good decision. At the same time, everything that I said simply is there. So we'll see how this will turn out to be. Capturing with the queen, I think that's the worst option actually. Because the queen was simply better on e2 and still king is better on f1, I think. And the rook also inactive, so maybe spend just a little bit more time on that, even though, yeah, without increment, it's always difficult to choose where to spend your time, and who watches my journey definitely knows that I quite often struggle. Because I just tend to think for way too long for a 10-minute game move without increment. Now, I think still getting the rook to the d file is good. Yeah, now rook back to e2. Okay, so actually I get it now. Your idea was to keep the castling available. Okay. I didn't take that into consideration. I don't have knight a5. Otherwise, I would play it, I think. If I would have that, but I don't. In that case, if you can castle, actually, then you saw it better than me with the queen capture. I must say. I didn't realize it. Well spotted. Well, I said that I got compensation in all these things. I'm not sure how to like improve from then. So I think I go queen e7 and then perhaps try to double up on the d file. I got potential h6 against the knight jump, so I don't have to worry about that. And pressure on the f7, considering the opposite card bishops, is not that likely either. But yeah, we might trade a lot of rooks along the d file. Maybe that's possible. And then you're still up a pawn. It's not a great one. It is a pawn. That's about it. b4. Yeah, I was wondering if that would come at any point. To try to probably harass the knight, which doesn't have many squares now. Actually, close to none. I don't want to go to b8. I would love to double up, but that's not really an option. Maybe a5 was a move before. Difficult though. Do I want to go a6 and trade at least? I might do that though. That could be fine. If b5 I takes knight. I can even go knight a5 by then. So okay, in that case it's quite fine. I'm glad I found this. And what do we do here? Whoever wants to play me next can already start to get ready, because this game is coming to an end, considering our clock situation. Now it's okay, so I'll open up the a file. I'm hitting the pawn, so I initially thought knight b8 and that I could take. There is bishop b4. It will be there afterwards. That could be huge. That could be huge. In that case, I will go knight a5, but now bishop b4 seems pretty good for you if you want to go for it. I will not see that move very happily, because then there's a follow-up. I'll go queen e8. That's about the square for the queen. Though I got bishop c4, so maybe it's not that great. And okay, I got actually bishop c4 right now too. So that was Missed. I see bishop g5 though. It could be very interesting. But I should have time for it, and I have a small advantage in this interaction on the board, which is the possibility of giving a check, which might be huge. Might or might not be huge. So yeah, it seems like it will be an exchange. For me, it should be. This could possibly be even more as I'm looking at it. Because I got knight b3 now, hitting the rook and this and the bishop. But I think yeah, for now I'll just take. And now knight b3 to hit the rook and the bishop. Also the pawn there. Watch out for the clock. Okay, I think I'll take. Just trade down. And now, okay, I can take on e5. And then, okay, I can give a check. I think I'll take even further on e4. Make a move. Make a move. Okay, but you know what? You know what? I think well fought. You deserve this if you want. Yeah, you deserve a draw. I mean, you played very well this game. For your rating, this was like really great game. So you deserve this draw. So yeah, whoever wants to play next, I'm open for challenges, but I said I will say something about the game. To be honest, I don't even know what was happening here at all. So apparently this is a theory. Okay, yeah, thanks for the challenge. I'll accept it very soon. I'll just look through this a bit. Knight c3. I don't think that bishop e6 was good then. Yeah, it was not, because then I was forced to give up the bishop. It's actually well played, and here I think yes, there's still better position, like I said, well deserved, because yeah, here b5 was not accurate. Otherwise, very good position. And okay, we can play chess 960. For this I got white again, which I obviously don't mind, but also, you know, switching colors is quite nice, and always you need to take a bit of time, catch your breath to look at the position for a bit, because it's not so clear. Okay, I'll start with g3, why not? And we see f5. I think I'll go f4. It's gonna be a good thing to do. And now c3, because I want to get out the bishop. Get the bishop out. Yeah, defending the pawn, definitely a good idea. No, I think I'll develop, and yeah, actually quite a lot of times you end up in a symmetrical position because simply all the moves are quite logical. You're finding ways to develop your pieces, so it a lot of times makes sense to just play symmetrical. Okay, I'll commit with e4, leave this weak with e4 square open, but take my own awesome square on e5. But it is committing for sure. Then I guess knight e3 is a good move. To get the second knight out, as you should develop first. Control the center with your pawn somehow, and then develop your knights, then your bishops, and then continue the game. Actually, now knight on e3 would be nice, but there are no longer good squares. So I feel like I'll simply go into e5 immediately. Now knight d7, challenging, but yeah, my plan is just to keep the knight there. But perhaps there is a nice plan behind it. Yeah, we are playing it very similarly to each other, but it really just makes sense to play it this way. Now I feel like going knight f3 to support the knight even more. That could be good. And then, yeah, developing the bishop. Yeah, okay. h6, defense, knight g5, a ds, which I had actually in mind. It is a good thing to prevent. I could take and then this, but that feels like a waste of time. I might think about going h3 myself. At the same time, I'll go bishop f2, develop this bishop this way. Knight b8. I don't know if it was an attempt to castle or not. Maybe not. Yes, actually it was an attempt to castle. This is actual long castles. That's what you need to realize. You're on the C and the D files, so castling there is long castles, so you need d8 to be free. And also, I don't know if I should right now, but I can do a very magical thing. It is a bad idea though. I can wait. At the same time, if I wait for too long, I'm not gonna go for it. So let's do it. Let's do this fun short castles. Fun short castles. It might. I don't think that it is that good. At the same time, g5 is not possible. I would take. And what else then? Yeah, it might be fine, but there are other moves too. I just find this short castling very fun. So why not? I'll claim more space on the queen side now. Although focusing on developing the queen from h1 might be something to consider doing too. Now the knight finally lands on e4, because that's a square where it should be. And yeah, I think I'll go bishop back to e1, to the original square to control the knight again, similarly to this one. Now g5 could be an option. That's why I was a bit concerned about this short, long castles, you know. But once again, I just think it's a fun move to play, so I had to. Knight f6. Instead, setting up knight g4 too. Knight g4 would not have to be so pleasant to face. Thus, yeah, I'll do the same too. With h3, but now, yeah, I feel like the king could be weaker. But bishop d7 blunders a fork. Bishop d7 blunders a fork. And I think I'll take it, yeah. I'll take this rook. And then I can grab e5 again. I understand g5 is being prepared heavily. So maybe there is time for e5. And I can go queen g2 first to defend. At least a bit more and give king more flexibility. But your attack definitely seems to be faster and better. Even though exchange down is still a middle game. I'm not really sure whether I like this move that much though. Because, yeah, you open up your king a bit more. Yes, you get this diagonal, but my bishop is defending very nicely. And I don't even have to take. And I don't even think I will. Though then there's c4 possibility. Then there is c4 possibility. This is 5 plus 5, right? So yeah, so we got time. But no, I think I'll take after all. I'll take. Okay, you got the check. But I'll now just hide somewhere. Not sure where just yet. I think h1 is the best square. And yes, bishop e3 seemed to be pretty good. I agree. I'll go to e5 now. To claim that very excellent square. 2. And bishop from e3 actually further supports g5 push. I got queen f3 in many lines though to hit the bishop. Now the knight there is not as strong because it is only supported by one pawn. But yeah, even without the d pawn, it is an excellent knight. And I would like to keep it there for as long as I can. Bishop e6. It saves the bishop, but it's a really passive square for the bishop right now. If you can maybe activate this way, then yes, it could be worth it. I'll go bishop d3. Maybe queen f3 as the way to chase the bishop away first. Because yes, the bishop is quite active there. It doesn't seem as much, but it is. Maybe queen f3, maybe rook f3 even. But bishop d3 is a different idea, another idea. Just developing the bishop and preparing c4. If I could get that, it could be nice. But our queens are currently quite locked on the king's side. So the king could be very safe. And now, yeah, now g5 is played. And I'm not even exactly sure what to go for. But I feel like c4 it will be. I'm running low on dime. Okay, let's try c4. Oh. Although... Okay, d4 now, securing the bishop. Okay, that was actually pretty good. In that case, okay, I'll go rook f3. But it is really heating up a lot of pieces on the king's side. Yeah, this, and I'll go queen h2 to dodge it. But all of your pieces are in the attack, and my rook on a1 is doing nothing. That means you got basically extra piece, which is what it actually feels like, I must say. I'm exchange up, but it feels like you got extra piece currently in the attack. And that being this knight on f6. So I'm wondering whether to give the exchange back at any point. Am I surviving this? We'll see. I might not. But as I saw these kinds of positions earlier, I didn't see anything immediately. Big knockout, but certainly there's a lot of pressure now. We are both down to increment of 5 seconds. Yep, that is the move I'm gonna take and then give back the exchange. That was my idea. What I wanted to go for. Now. Okay, I'll go there. Bishop h4. Now the material is even. Still quite a big attack. There was f4. Up for grabs, maybe. Okay, I'll go for it, but it's not very good endgame, is it? Because I'll drop a pawn immediately. Yeah, she missed it. Maybe I gotta go b4 though to prevent entering. Now I can go up. Perhaps. But it seems pretty difficult. Wow. The pawn is under attack now too. What do? I don't want to defend this way. But I might have to. I might have to. Wow, to play this on an increment. Crazy. I get this check now. And I win the h6 pawn, which I guess is not what you wanted. GG's well played. You really played well and got the initiative. Really well fought. In the end, in time scramble. Blundered a bit, but still this can go either way. Triple pawn though, I missed it. And only realized it now. But yeah, actually this game was rated somehow. So yeah, that's why I kind of pushed on a bit. Otherwise I would set for a draw. Even why not? But anyway, I mean it's for rating points. And at the same time I don't really care about rating in chess 960 that much. Yeah, I knew that this thing was there. But otherwise the position was not real pleasant. I was thinking about something like a5. And then if I push, you get king c5. And if I take, you get king c5 too. So I was really worried about a5. Yeah, twice actually that one too. On the same square, right? Yeah, but you saw I essentially played without the rook in that position, so I think the way I did it was maybe the only way, maybe not, but it felt in the scramble like the way to go. And okay, the 3-hour mark of the stream is approaching, so I'll have to leave quite shortly. But I was thinking if anyone wants to play one last game, perhaps bullet game, if you want to play, by any chance, I would still go for it. If not, then not. I enjoyed this anyway quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, this was something new that I tried. I saw that other people did it, and then yeah, I mean, you made this yourself that you wanted to play against me, so I did, and I enjoyed it too, like I said. And okay, here we go. One last game of this stream. 1 minute bullet game. Okay, here we go. I'll go for a Scotch Gambit this time. I'm very confident, and for a bullet game, I think that it is a great choice. You should play a little faster. I know that, yeah, it's not easy. Bullet games are just crazy. That's why they don't really matter, and they are they are, you know, you just play. Okay, about d5. Know that I shouldn't think for that long. Okay, I'll play it as normally. This way equalized the time a bit. We both spent about 15 seconds on one move there. Okay, I'll take. That's what you almost always do. And then I got h3, kicking the knight to a very bad square. Now I'll take. You're supposed to take with, yeah, that way instead, by the way. Now, okay, perhaps bishop g5. Perhaps bishop g5 is a thing. I can go e6. I don't know where it leads, but why not? Let's give this check. Cannot go g6. Now let's give another check. But like I said, I don't know myself where this is, and now this will be just quite pure flagging. What is going on? Let's see. Okay. So we are playing on. Okay. Yeah, it was pure flagging in the end. Blood Game is still crazy. But with that, I'll end this stream, and for whoever watches this as just a long-form video, not on a stream, don't worry, I actually plan to do more of these, and also for you watching, I plan to do more of these. I enjoyed it. Don't know how often, but yeah, I'll definitely inform you guys soon enough. And like I said, I enjoyed playing you all, and see you on another stream, either on my journey to top 100 in the world, or on a stream like this where I would